Eroi o villain del mondo contemporaneo. A seconda dell'utilizzo che decidono di fare delle proprie abilità, gli hacker sono tra le figure più enigmatiche e affascinanti per gli appassionati di informatica. Oggi proveremo a sbirciare dietro le quinte per scoprire qual è l'uomo che si nasconde davvero dietro alla maschera dell'hacker. Ho infatti invitato a collaborare qui sul canale uno dei più skillati ed esperti hacker del mondo della cybersecurity. In particolare vi ho portato il migliore al mondo sulla leaderboard del sito HackerOne, uno dei siti più importanti per assoldare degli hacker al fine di scovare delle debolezze e aumentare la sicurezza dell'infrastruttura dei siti delle aziende. Quindi questo, ragazzi, è un mostro. Condividerà con noi la sua esperienza e anche un po' la sua prospettiva. E non è finita qui, ragazzi, perché dopo l'intervista lo vedremo in azione con un bel esperimento di cybersecurity. Vi ho infatti preparato un bel file che lui proverà a bucare con tutte le sue skill e io, avendo registrato la intro dopo, vi assicuro che ha fatto una roba incredibile e soprattutto che si merita un bel like, perché in Italia questi contenuti possono andare avanti solamente grazie al vostro supporto. Almeno 5.000 like questo video se li merita, anche perché stiamo parlando con un vero e proprio guru del mondo della cybersecurity. Siete pronti? E allora andiamo. First of all, thank you for joining me. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience that doesn't know you?
Yeah, so thank you for having me, Danny. So my name is Ryan and I'm a cybersecurity practitioner and undergraduate student, came from Indonesia.
Oh, so you are not graduated. You started from scratch alone?
Yes. If in terms of hacking, I learned it myself.
That's pretty good, because it's interesting the fact that maybe you don't need to study at the university. You can do it by yourself and also get very good results. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's super relatable for me, especially because I'm studying software engineering right now in college. So
you're studying at the same time?
Yep.
Okay.
So there is no relatable cybersecurity resource on my college. So it's like a separate life between in home and in college for me.
Do you think that the things that you were able to study by yourself are better than the ones you are studying right now at college?
So actually, I would not say it's better, but I learned more practical skill and technical stuff myself. I thought it myself. So college is also useful, but for me it's like more on learning on myself.
That's actually really interesting. It's really interesting that you have been able to achieve those results at your young age, because I don't know how many people in Italy know you, but can you tell us how old are you right now? Or do you want to keep it a secret? We can also, you know that you care about privacy.
So yeah, I'm going all out. So I'm currently in my 20s.
That's incredible. It's incredible. You are 20 and you are actually the top #1 hacker into one of the most successful internet site for hacker hunters that needs services to do penetration test and other kind of, let's say, work related to cybersecurity. In my career, I was able to create a YouTube channel. That's the most I was able to do with my degree in computer engineering. I always joke about it, and the fact that, yeah, I am an engineer and blah, blah, blah. Really, it's impressive that at your young age you were able to develop such skills without even going to college before. Se anche tu vuoi trasformare la tua passione per la tecnologia in un lavoro, questo è il momento giusto di farlo. E ho qui per te un alleato perfetto. Mia Academy, grazie alla sua area tecnologica Mia Tech Academy, offre corsi di formazione dall'approccio innovativo e rivolti al mondo del lavoro. Con il loro corso per web developer acquisirai tutte le conoscenze tecniche che ti servono per diventare un professionista del settore, e per di più sarai accompagnato passo passo nell'inserimento lavorativo grazie ad uno stage garantito post corso e poi una fase di 6 mesi di accompagnamento al lavoro inclusa nel prezzo. Potrai sviluppare le tue competenze comodamente da casa tua, usufruendo sia di lezioni on demand che di incontri online settimanali, concordati sulla base dei tuoi impegni. La cosa che trovo interessante è che le lezioni sono in gruppi di soli 4 studenti e che ogni settimana ci sono lezioni individuali con il tutor. Un grandissimo vantaggio per imparare al meglio e avere un supporto allo studio veramente personalizzato. Il corso ha una durata di 5 mesi, perciò in men che non si dica sarai pronto ad iniziare il tuo nuovo capitolo professionale, avendo anche accesso a finanziamenti agevolati e prestiti che ti permetteranno di iniziare a pagare una volta volta trovato lavoro. Clicca qui sotto per ricevere maggiori informazioni e utilizza il mio codice per approfittare di uno sconto del 10%. Sviluppa le tue potenzialità e trasforma la tua passione per la tecnologia in una carriera di successo con Mia Tech Academy. I would like actually to ask you, what do you do as an hacker? Is it your job?
It is not my job actually. It's
your
more like
hobby.
an hobby to me. Yeah.
So you are the number one in the world, but it's your hobby. That's great.
So what I do as a hacker is actually pretty simple. I do a CTF or capture the flag, where you have to find a flag on a vulnerable instance. It's like a puzzling game for hacker. And also, yeah, as you know, I do a bug bounty hunting. For how much approximately hacker made per year? So in Indonesia, I think it's like $12,000 if you work on industry, but I'm sure you will earn more if you work on Europe or USA. It's an performance-based job, as you know it.
So basically, depending on what kind of work industries are requiring, they put some kind of, let's say, job description, like I need someone who find any vulnerability on my product, to find any hole in my web page, and you just basically click on that. Oh yeah, I'm interested into working for you, and you will make the job. You will find a list of things that are not going well. You will show them how you find them and also how to fix them, I suppose, and then you will get paid. That's basically what your job is like.
Exactly.
And I think you like it a lot. Having so much power in your hand, but using for good. That's the point. I really like it, and the philosophy behind the ethical hacking in general, because they have so much power, they could do really bad things, but they decide voluntarily to do it for the good. And I think this is actually a very nice thing. Alright, so since we were talking about your hacking job, I want to ask you, what does an ethical hacker do? What can he do? What can he not do? And also, how much is different from the things that we see in the TV series? You know, have you seen Mr. Robot TV series? That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Mr. Robot is really great.
Yeah.
Okay, so what an ethical hacker do is, you have to conduct a test on ethical environment. You have to earn a consent from the company, and then you should really never doing that just for your advantage. For example, by selling the company data into black market or darknet or that kind of stuff.
That's kind of bad, actually.
It's as simple as that.
This is why people like you get hired, to avoid that those information stays protected, because of course these are really critical for the business. Otherwise, everything that comes from a company, we call it know-how, can be sold to everyone, and the company then collapses. This is what I meant when I was talking about the fact that you guys have really big responsibility in your hand, and also that this is a path that not anyone can follow. Only those who are really, let's say, pure of hearts. That's my view of things.
Yeah, it's like that.
Moving on, are there any aspects in your life where hacking skills helps you?
So the technical and practical skill and hacking skill does not actually help me throughout the real life, but I tell you what is helpful is the mindset. It makes you think more systematically and enhance your critical thinking to approach day problem, I guess.
So it's like a lot of problem solving that yeah.
Exactly.
You know, I studied computer science engineering, and for 5 years my head was 100% dedicated to problem solving. So I know how much is it hard to find a solution to a problem, but also I know how good it is when the problem has been solved. That feeling, oh god, it's so good. I really like it. Okay, so basically, what are we going to do today? I want to showcase your skills to the whole world. I have prepared for you a small page that is, of course, super vulnerable. You just need to find everything that is vulnerable of and show us some kind of tricks that you think are interesting for the audience to see. Before going into that, there is any particular message you'd like to tell the people that are actually seeing the video?
I probably just say, if you're a hacker, be responsible for your action and never misuse your ability for something damaging, because as the Uncle Ben of Spider-Man said, with great power come creates responsibility.
Oh my god, applauses. Thank you a lot. So Ryan, let's go make some laboratory because it's not an nFire video without some kind of lab. I will react for the first time to everything you will show me. So let's just show the people what I have prepared for you and what are you going to do with it. So, what are we going to do now? I see that you are on Arch Linux, really? Did you have the time to install it? I try to oversimplify because I want to and anyone to be able to understand what you are doing. Okay, so this is the page I gave you. It's like username, password, and login. Of course, I did some green hacking styles.
I like it. I like it. Basically,
show me your work.
Send me a login screen with really good UI though, and here is a text input, username and password. The first thing I'll do, I'll just pass with a tool called a Wireshark, where you can sniff your network with this, so you can actually sniff on everyone's credential only if it's HTTP, which is unencrypted.
So basically, we are going to show that I did not make any kind of encryption and the data is like flowing in plain text. All right. This is actually something that we should all take care of when you design any kind of login.
Yeah. First thing, I will just try the default credential like admin, and just click login. And here is some kind of a confirmation message which access denied. It means I cannot log in, right?
Yeah, you cannot log in.
The thing is, I can sniff what I just type, and this is just for my local network. But if hacker in real life or in some real life situation, they just usually sniff your password in internet cafe or public Wi-Fi, just like that. So after I click on a login, I can just see what I'm just inputting on the form. Yeah. And of course, here is the response by the HTTP server. Yeah, just denied. Yep. Yeah. Okay. This is actually the answer that my page has sent to Ryan. And he's telling, yeah, those information are not accepted, but the username and password went into the internet without any kind of encryption. So they were easily able to be sniffed, to be read by other people. So the next thing I do, I will brute force this thing. So basically, what I do usually is brute forcing this page for another default credential. I have actually, you are going to show that, of course, there are some common and that must never be used password lists that are usually the first one that are being used by someone who wants to steal your information to try to log in into your account. So please, guys, do not use weak password. Select something that is hard to detect. Otherwise, Ryan will show you what is going to happen in a few seconds. So here I have a two word list, which is usernames and password. I'll show you real quick. So here's the default username I have. Also the password. Here's I have the word list. So the next thing I do will just utilize the tool called FFUF to brute force a any page using my word list, as you can see. So basically you are making a lot of requests to my internet site with a lot of different IDs and password, and the server is going to understand which one are accepted and which one they are not, because my page has any kind of banning the people that are trying to do repeated login attempts. Usually you get banned trying a lot of times, right? You have to put the right limit or web application firewall to prevent this to happening. Yeah, firewalls are our best allies when it comes to protection, these kind of things. I'm gonna run this command. Okay. And we'll see how this gonna give us. So just click the enter. As you can see, I've just found the password 123 and also user is admin. Yeah, it was really difficult to find. I know, Ryan. Of course, you can see the log of the server. It's like a bunch of requests I made. This is how brute forcing is working. Of course, guys, when we are talking about a real life situation, you don't use a 10 or 20 common username and password list. When you have to, let's say, check real life scenarios, those word lists with common username and password are enormous, and this process can take a lot of time if your server is not protected. But if it is protected, this attack is not going through, because there are a lot of ways to protect a
a page or an internet site or an account against those kind of attack.
So what I'm going to do now is putting the right username and password to any website. I'm gonna click login.
Oh no, it's inside.
And the access is granted right now.
Okay.
And of course, Wiresec also locked this. So if you are making a correct login attempt on a public Wi-Fi or a internet cafe, you will just getting yourself in trouble or compromise it.
So again, guys, don't use public Wi-Fi's and easily to guess password and username.
The reason I can brute force it is because Danny using hard-coded login in his website. Here is the
no, you are showing the code.
What Dan is doing right now is doing a control statement, which if I put the username admin and the password is password123, it will just show access granted, else it will show access denied.
Yeah, this is actually the best code you will see in this week.
Is it never hard-coded if you want to make a website?
So, as our last experiment, we want to show something that is actually a little more advanced. Don't worry guys, I'm gonna explain you everything even if you are not technical as always. But now we are talking about another kind of vulnerability that my poor little page has, that is called XSS, right?
Basically, XSS is a code injection vulnerability where you're able to inject HTML code, JavaScript. The objective is to exfiltrate the cookie from the victim browser and send it to your machine. Or as simple as defacing a website, it's also an XSS.
So basically, you are going to show us how every YouTuber gets hacked when he downloads like a fake PDF file. I don't know how my colleagues are going every time to be hacked like that, but they download the fake PDF with executable file on them and they run this on their machine, and then after 1 hour the bad guys basically stolen their session ID when they were logged into their YouTube account, and they got the session and they got the YouTube account as well.
So I'm going to run the server. I have 2 scripts right now. The first one is search catalog 1 and the second one is search catalog 2. The first one is an plain XSS without any filter. I can just put pass in here and it will reflect the input I have just made. Also, it is come from this URL. It basically reflecting anything you put in it. If hacker want to exploit this, they would usually doing this type of attack, which is alert. So here's I printed the document domain on the script tag. You can also make it more clear by doing like page 1 like this, and the page says it's hacked.
So basically, this shows that every kind of HTML code that is written on this search bar gets elaborated as real code and showcased under there. So this is actually not a real safe to work with page, because you can basically write your own code there, and that code gets executed on the machine server. And this is, guys, is called code injection.
Basically, if you want to deface this page, you can just do it like this. As I put the code right here,
directly,
the whole page is changed into a hacker. So what I'm going to show you is the second search catalog. As you can see, it's not injected properly because there are a filter. I'm gonna show you what the filter looks like. Here's the search catalog 2. I placed some filter, so it basically kinda remove script, SVG, iframe, image, on error. Also, it will filter out a braces, as you can see here, braces and a backtick.
So basically, if you try to write it and there are those kind of information like an image, any error or any braces, they get deleted.
Yeah.
So this is like a kind of protection?
Yeah. I'm going to try to bypass it. So image is blacklisted, but I, M, and G with a capital character is not filtered. As you can see here, it's all the lowercase.
Yes.
So you can bypass the first filter with this. So see?
For real? Just with a capital G?
Yes.
Oh god, this is why I hate computer science.
We're going to doing some coding in the URL. As you can see, on error also get filtered right now. So I cannot just throwing in here and expect it to come out. So using the first technique, we can just bypass it again, plus like this. But it will not work if it's for the action handler like this. What I need to do is utilize the second filter. So the second filter is filtering backtick and the braces. I can utilize this to bypass the first filter. Here's how we will bypass this. As you can see, it will, yes, the backtick is getting filtered by the second filter, and it makes the first filter useless.
So basically, thanks to the fact that the page eliminates any kind of particular character, you are able to inject anyway the error.
Yes.
So even pages that has those kind of, let's say, protection filter are not 100% safe if you know well how to bypass them.
We're going to move into the exploitation step. We're going to make the page pop-upping the same alert like before. Just like this, we have just popping the alert into a secure page with two filter in a way.
Wow. So this way, yeah, you were able to show that even a page that has two filters can be exploited anyway. And what else can you do more than an alert, for example? Can you alter the page format, HTML, the actual state of the code?
So I can try. Okay.
Yeah, so you you can change it. So basically you can change also the page aspect because you were able to inject your code inside a page that is not good. So when a very big internet site gets hacked, everything can be shown on those kind of pages.
There are a lot of type of XSS like stored XSS, reflected XSS. This is the simplest one, which is reflected XSS.
Ryan, thank you. It was really, really useful. I will make a video on SQL injection in the future, so take a look at it if you have the time and tell me what you think about it. It was really interesting for us all, talking from, of course, the Italian cybersecurity community and also IT passionate people to hear you today. I hope to see you again on the channel. Guys, 5,000 like, and I bet I will take Ryan again to make another lesson for us.
Thank you for having me also, Danny. It's a great pleasure.
Guys, see you in the next video. Please support those kind of videos. You won't ever see anything like that again in Italy until you support that. Bye!